in your assessment, what really worked for Spain here? What really clinched them the title this time round?
Yeah, thanks for having me on again. For me, it was a masterclass in possession-based football. Once again, they've built themselves into the tournament, Spain, and I think Argentina tried to disrupt the flow, disrupt their energy, and they're so good at keeping possession of the football that they just couldn't do that. It was a real pleasure to watch, to be honest, and I was surprised it took so long for them to unlock that Argentinian defence, which they have to take real credit for, but eventually they just ground them down, and I think the sending off was a pivotal point as well.
Is the strategy that brought them to the finals, but it did not work against Spain. Why not?
I think just the brilliance of Spain and the way they keep hold of the possession, it's firmly kind of knitted into their DNA. The Spanish are fantastic at doing that, and they didn't get involved in the disruptions that Argentina were trying to cause, and I think they just stuck to their own game plan, which eventually played out really well for them. So it was just a tactical piece of brilliance and a great spectacle of possession-based football that Argentina just couldn't deal with.
And if you could pick one turning point in the game that really managed to sort of make everyone go that yes, this is Spain's moment, they are going to win the World Cup, what is that one turning point in the game in your assessment?
Yeah, I felt that all the way through the game, really. I thought they controlled the game really well. Obviously, the sending off was a real pivotal point, like I said. But for me, Rodri was just superb during the game, and their danger play was obviously Lionel Messi. And we said during the game last night that his positioning while they were defending Spain, and his clear role was just to stop any pass into Lionel Messi, and he played that role so well. It was almost a unsung hero last night. I thought it was an incredible performance.
Kubarsi won the best young player and Unai Simon won the best goalkeeper as well. Do you think this really speaks for the fact that yes, this is a winning team, their entire team from their defense to their offensive and their goalie too, they all put their best foot forward throughout the tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. And the data and statistics don't lie. They were the best defensive team within the tournament. They were the team that were able to keep possession. They just grind people down and suffocate you with possession. And I thought going forward, they were fantastic as well. So for me, it's no surprise that all them awards were won by the Spanish players. And it's not just the men's Spanish team, it's the women's Spanish team as well. They're world champions. So it's clearly something within the Spanish DNA that really helps them achieve the success they are.
Absolutely. And back to my question, Mr. Rogers, what do you think is in store for Lamine Yamal's career going ahead?
Oh, the future's incredibly bright. He's an incredible footballer, a real joy to watch, and he's going to be a global superstar. Well, he already is a global superstar. If we're being completely honest, I don't think he had a fantastic World Cup. Whereas the likes of Mbappe scored the goals, Jude Bellingham stood out within games, Messi stood out within games, Haaland. I don't think he particularly did, but I think that's a reflection on the Spanish team that you can have a superstar like Yamal, maybe not performing at the best, but they can still dominate games and have the success that they have. But yeah, what a player and what a future.
Absolutely. And I'd like to point out once again to our viewers, you can see the Spanish team's captain, Rodri, who also won the best player of the tournament. He's, of course, what do you think is next for him? There have been hints that he's been giving that he's going to retire from football at large.
I think it became quite obvious quite quickly last night after the game with his emotion, and that it probably was his last game for Argentina. And it would be a shame because we've been spoilt really watching Lionel Messi. He's just I couldn't begin to come up with the words to describe what an incredible player he has been and is currently. Let's not forget that he's been one of the best players in this tournament as well. But what a career, just incredible. And if he doesn't retire, we get the joy of watching him continue. But it looks like he's played his last game for Argentina.
We've seen these instances. It's not the very first time that violence has broken out It's not the first time that people have gotten injured, people have lost their lives as well. What really is necessary in your assessment in terms of the authorities and their security arrangement and sporting culture at large to mitigate and if not prevent all of this?
Yeah, I think major football tournaments are moments of huge national emotion, aren't they? The overwhelming majority of supporters celebrate peacefully, but a very small minority can exploit that emotion to engage in violence, disorder, and opportunistic crime, really. And I think the challenge for the authorities now is to separate the genuine celebration from the criminal behaviour, and it's never easy when you get large crowds and large gatherings. Unfortunately, we've seen this time and time again, haven't we? But yeah, it's a real challenge for the authorities, and one I don't think I really have an answer for, really.
Absolutely. With that, I would like to thank you, Mr. Rogers. I'd also like to thank Mr.